Hello, welcome to Appliance Master Live. I'm Bill, and today we are going to talk about the importance of airflow and cleanliness to your refrigerator, right here. I happen to have it be in our shop with it happens to be a Samsung, a French door refrigerator, very, very popular, very common refrigerator. And what I want to talk about is what many people probably don't think about or take for granted is the airflow inside the unit. This one, all the cooling that comes throughout this unit originates down here in the freezer evaporator. All right. Okay, this is ice maker, and behind this wall back here it's like a radiator. So like aluminum radiator coils go back and forth, and that's what gets super cold. And a fan up top draws that cold air and circulates it through this box. You can probably see these vents here where cold air falls out, but there are other vents that draw it up top. Let me show you that. Okay. In this unit here, there's a fan behind this wall, and the fan will blow air up and circulate through these holes, through the sides, and it also draws it back down to the freezer evaporator. So there's quite a bit of circulation on all these shelves coming from here, and by the way, I forgot to mention, it'll flow out the front of the shelves and get drawn down here. Flow out the front of the shelves, get drawn down, flow out. So there's quite a bit of circulation that needs to take place. And if you guys have these cool, everybody typically has crisper drawers. There's also vents here, vents in here, and vents in the back. Again, critical to. There's all kinds of things that happen in here, not just food products, but you might have paper that comes off, packaging that flies away. A little bit of packaging doesn't take much to close that off, and really, they really restrict the airflow badly here. And these are going to be the things you want to keep fresh, vegetables, things that need to be the coldest and the most circulation. So, with that being said, hopefully everyone has an appreciation. This thing really, it's almost like the hot air, forced air system in your house. If you block a vent, especially if you block a return, you're going to really affect the circulation throughout your house. This is very similar. And again, I can't stress enough, not oftentimes people just think of jars, cans, containers, but we'll see on service calls where paper comes off packaging, saran wrap, plastic comes off something, and it's hard to even spot. And it gets, clogs with one of these things. Oh, while I'm on the subject, worse yet, like spills. If you have a spill on a shelf, comes here and it can come down these holes. That spills can clog. There's drains behind here for hopefully water. But if they get clogged with any variety of spills, that can cause a situation. This has an alarm. I'll shut the alarm up in a minute. So, okay. Now, your refrigerator. If it's, if it's overfull, if you have way too much food and it's packed in there, just that volume of food can restrict the airflow and cause, you won't have the proper temperatures, slightly higher temperatures, slightly more humidity. That'll cause things to go bad more quickly, especially items that are open. If you put vegetables not in a bag, not in a container, they'll get moldy, go bad more quickly. So, also your fridge, even when it's running normally, there's bacteria inside, and it can grow. In the low temperature refrigerator, it'll grow. Like I grabbed a picture here. Here's some in a petri dish. And so, everybody has seen mold on bread, cheese, and they're in there. They're gonna grow. And so it's recommended that you clean your refrigerator thoroughly every 3 to 4 months. And you know what? I don't do that. Guilty. So I think we all have to do a little bit better. But some of those creatures that grow inside your refrigerator, this is like highly scientific, so hopefully you can forgive me. So these guys that grow in there, I don't know their names, but it's all kinds of characters that can do nasty stuff to your food. It's not just visual. They might look, nobody likes hairy mold or fuzzy mold on expensive good cheese, but they are there. So, okay. So if you're going to give it, and you have to give it a deep cleaning. The best way to give it a deep cleaning is you should start by unplugging it. If you can get, like this one's easy because it's in a garage and you can get to the plug easy, just pull it out. I'm gonna leave, and if you can't get to the plug, shut off the refrigerator, because you don't want the compressor running and the fans running while you're spending an hour or two cleaning this out. So, but I'm gonna not take my own advice and leave it running, because we're not actually cleaning it. So, take everything out. When you take the food out, inspect the food, like, inspect, expired, expiration dates, bad smells, whatever. Just throw that stuff out immediately. What you do say, put into a cooler, and you're going to be cleaning your freezer out as well. So if you have, a cooler with, I recommend that you take the ice bucket out. I already did. Your ice bucket's going to be full of ice. You can put that in the cooler to help, keep temperatures down. So the same is going to apply here. When after you've taken all the food out, shelves that come out, you can put shelves in the sink, and some of these come out relative. This one is actually not terrible, but like the more that you can take all these things that do come out, and then you can make a cleaning solution. There's a wide variety. Some people use vinegar. You can just use over-the-counter stuff. A lot of people like to use baking soda with hot water in a spray bottle. I mean, that's personal preference. All sounds good to me. If you're worried about smells mostly, I think baking soda route's probably a good way to go. And so, let's see. Make sure you wipe everything dry. Also, the seals are critical. Make sure you wash the seals in the refrigerator, the doors. These actually look pretty good. You will find that you might get mold. There might be mold on these because you get air leaks on the seals. And same, take care of those while you have it apart. And don't forget the freezer seal as well. There's a freezer on the inner door here. So quick cleaning every 2 or 3, every 3 or 4 months. It's no fun. It doesn't sound like fun, but it's better than eating rotten food. So while you have this, this unit has a water filter back right here. Rule of thumb is they need to be changed at least. Like this one just unscrews, and when you replace it, you should put a date on it. So you put a date on it so you can be reminded when it's time to buy a new one. And if you don't replace those, that can cause problems. It can clog the system. They can freeze. Might cause a leak back there. Anyway, hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you're on your way to a cleaner, healthier refrigerator. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Remember, it's APPLIANCEMASTER.com if you need our contact information, phone number, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.